Ooh. Hey. Ah, look at that roof. Guess what I didn't work on today? I didn't work on the roof. So, yeah, it's I gotta choose, between roof and deck. So, ooh, uh, deck. I was gonna put down the decking, like the floors, boards, but there's a lot of like little get out of the roof light. Um, yeah. So let's go over here. See if I can show you this chaos is according to plan. So don't worry. Yes, it looks chaotic. Yeah. So let me go proper. Okay. I strung a line. I tried to do my snap line. But you can see it's yeah, didn't work. There's little bits of powder here and there, but yeah, it didn't work. Not like it's supposed to. Uh, Maybe because it's treated. I don't know. So anyway, I moved it out, another inch farther because I figured maybe I can just get another inch out of there. And then held it down with these, and yeah. So before I put down the floorboards, I wanted to have a line to guide me. So that is what that is. Also, I needed to finish these. I wanted to put some blocking in, not just over there, but along this right where the door is, specifically for all the heavy traffic of me and Pickles coming in and out. Lots of stepping, will be happening here as you come out. Bonk. First thing you go, bonk. So, it doesn't have to make the noise, bonk, but it's certainly gonna be, it's gonna have extra wear. So I wanted to get that. You can see my line. Got it far out as far as I could without, I mean, I may just trim all of these boards, but I may not. I mean, I'm going to leave the gap between the rock and the deck. I'm just going to have a straight deck, and yeah. So, oh yeah, there's another one of the blue marks. Yay, that one worked. But yeah, not the rest of it. You can see where I've been walking because it's lighter and powdery because I've been walking in dirt and dust, and then leaving my footprints everywhere. Yeah, and so those were the preparations before putting down the boards. I only have like a third of the boards that I need. These are not all of them. The rest are on my truck, but it's like, I think it's like 20. No, I got 30. That's right. So it's like half. It's half of what I need. I need like 70 boards. So according to my maths, and my maths are not are not up to par. Yeah. Yeah, and so that's my that was the plan, and I was getting those things ready, and then I thought, oh wait, I haven't finished these things. All the posts that I mentioned in a different video, but these are very important, and yeah. So originally there was just going to be the three. There was going to be that one, there was going to be that one, and there was going to be that one. They were going to go up, whoa, high, and connect to these up there. Yeah, and then I got, you know, to thinking about it. Over the time, after a while, I was like, you know, trying to convince myself maybe I could do it. No, that's just, it's too much. That's just too crazy. Maybe I could do it. I don't know. I don't feel like really doing such, you know, crazy stuff. Look, if I'm gonna do high stuff, I'm gonna make my fire watch tower, you know, like, because that's the ultimate plan. This is just to get me a place to sleep at night while I'm making my roads and getting up to the top there to make my farm, proper farm. But down here is just practice. All right, so what are these? What is the layout? What is it doing? So here in the doorway, come out here, this over to here, and this along here. This is the deck. Okay, and I get Pickles. He's digging for something. Did you find something? Some kind of animal. He smells them out and then he tries to dig with his paws, but the rocks aren't moving. So, yeah. So this will be a walkway to get out, and yeah. So this is the proper. Well, yeah. Anyway, this is the regular surface area that is going to be used. So then, right here is going to be a wall around this little section. It'll be sort of closed off from the deck, but open air. So maybe up to about here or so, it'll be open, so you can just see deck and deck. And then from here to about my nipples, it'll be some kind of, you know, like siding or maybe corrugation. I'm thinking corrugated steel because it's, you know, it's outdoor ready, and yeah, it looks cool and whatever. So and then above that will be open again. Yeah, open air. So then there will be a door, and I thought maybe I will have the door here, which is why I wanted to have this strong beam and that supporting strong beam here. Mostly that one for the beams, the posts that go up, to just make it extra strong. But you know, and then I was like, well, while I'm doing that, I'm going to do one over here as well, to study this area, because you know, walking through and stuff. But the idea was to have a door here. Just, you know, have a small post. Once I do decking, and then have a smaller post, not made from the 4x8s, but made from these 4x6s. But they are 8 feet tall anyway. I'll probably have to trim them. Okay. So probably a post here, you know, and then this will be open, or just some kind of like open close kind of saloon door or something. But basically, yeah, because I don't really need the privacy. So it'll have walls. So I don't know if I put the door on. That'll probably be a last on the list kind of thing. But in here, and I'm trying to decide to take it out to here, because that's where these posts are, and just use these posts. Or I don't want to waste, you know, the deck is made from the 12 and the 12, so it's come all the way out here. And oops, sorry, I was looking at, you know, over, not on the phone, but over the top. I'm looking at my finger. Yeah, so I don't want to lose this space. So I mean, I can put like, you know, I don't know, something. I mean, you know, like if this is here, I didn't want to, like, I wanted to use the fact that the posts are there as part of my. Let's move this to where there's not like crazy amounts of, yeah, the sunshine is like crazy. Yeah, so I use the posts as part of that square, you know, situation. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the 4x6 out here, 4x6 out here, and run it up and do the whole wall all the way out to here, along and back. What I was gonna say just a second ago is I could have the wall stop here and then go out this way and then just have stairs or whatever. It's not that far off the ground. I don't really need stairs. Maybe handicap access. I don't need that either. So yeah, so the ground is right here. So that's you know, whatever. I think it's more useful for me to go out to a post over and over and just have this. That would make it, what, 8 feet by 6 feet. So what is the 8 feet by 6 feet? And how is it? Walking on these things. Oh boy. Yeah, so there's going to be a shower, and then there's going to be an incinerator toilet. Yeah. It's all camping all the time. Quality. Yeah, so I've got some plans with the shower and the I'm gonna there's a chance I'm gonna cut a hole because I want to do a specific like hatch, basically, that like has a grating and then has either gravel or like, you know, dressed up rocks or whatever, just to you know, that you can stand on, and just have it super strong, and then have those rocks there to stand on while you shower. And so the water will drain through that, and that will be, you know, yeah, water will go through like a sieve, and it'll drop down to below the floorboards. Underneath the joists, there will be a catch, probably made of corrugated steel or the Suntough. I've got the two right here, corrugated steel and Suntough. I think it's Suntough, if I got my names right. If I forgot, the tag is under the other side, so I can guess. That's all I can do. But basically, just have that underneath there. The water will hit and run off, and then of course, let's go out here, out to gravel. So the idea is I don't want to have the whole thing like underneath the floorboards, because I can't access it, and you know, for maintenance and stuff, it's, you know, if there's a problem, I don't want it under there, you know. So the best thing is for me to have the water come down through and run out to out there. Then I can have you know, the gravel or the whatever, but that's where the water runs. And so when it rains, so you know, it's better that it soak in here, and then it's got a good, I don't know, what is that, 50 feet, 100 feet to other water. So it's got a nice filtration, you know, to go in there. It'll feed the plants. If I shower enough, then I guess I have, well, I'm gonna have a small sink in there, I think, just for, like, you know, shaving or whatever. But I mean, I don't know that I need it. Probably just for like rinsing hands, but after the toilet. Probably because I mean, I'll have my little kitchen in here, and it'll you know, it'll be sink, cupboard, counter, minimal, you know, minimalism, it's a thing. I like it. Okay, so that's the idea. I needed to get those posts on there firm. I did not want these posts sitting on just deck wood. I wanted it down on the subfloor, you know, like the support beams, the heavy stuff, you know. I don't want these, you know, flimsy little, you know, Fokkers falling all over the place and getting weak because it rained and the wood got wet. No. I want them steady, sturdy, and willing to last a long time. So I've got the T's on each of them. I have very good strong teeth, and then also for the other side, because there's a piece of wood here, the T of wood that butts into it, I'll just do well, one of these. So I don't know if you call that an angle iron, but it's an angle support maybe, but it's made out of angle iron. So but yeah, just to give extra support, so they have support on this side and support on that side, and really, you know, attaching it down to that floor. I don't want these tipping over. And right now they're sturdy, but they're a little, you know, I can feel a little wobble because, you know, I've got these little, what is this, like a 2x2. It was created because I had to trim off one of the floorboards for upstairs. There was like half the room instead of the full 6 inches. And anyway, so these are just to hold it in place. I need to make, you know, I got them equal, you know, like plumb and ready to go, but I need to attach the actual boards, and I do have them. They also will be, well, it's basically just one of these 2x4, not this 2x4 because I've been using it to cut up some pieces, but I've got a stack of them over there, so just for this reason. So I will build just the little wall things out of them, the frame, and make it cool, because while I was in town yesterday, I downloaded a whole bunch of cool images of all the outdoor showers I could find. Well, I mean, you know, within reason, because I didn't want to sit there all night, but I got a whole bunch of them so I can kind of get a lot of different ideas. Not so different from getting reference material for building something in 3D for games. So, you know, but this is environment art for real life, that's all. So, but yeah, understanding the structure of it, and the cool options of how to make it look interesting or neat or fun or whatever. Given a certain space, it doesn't need to be too big, it doesn't need to be too small, you know. Yeah, so that's all. It'll be cool. So these maybe I won't put floorboards down just because I'm getting used to walking on these things, on the rafters, on the joist. Yeah, so these two here align to the edge of the, you can see the edge of the cabin. Boom, boom. So they will go up. Let's just walk around and pieces of that sidewalk over there. Yeah, it's pretty cool from over here. I need to trim this tree. It's all leaning over in my way. Get out of my hair. Yeah, so the idea is that they, as I was mentioning before, they need to line up with that wall, and then I can attach. I can't have it over here, go up and then attach to nothing. It needs to be, that's the last point I can have it attached. Same over here. except for there's just the one on the corner. This one aligned to that, and then it comes over, boom, super secure. This thing is like mega iron. I should have just pulled out some steel and start practicing my welding on it, because yeah, I'm not kidding around. I want this thing to be strong, so yeah, that's let's walk out here. Okay. The only other thing that I wanted to point out, I put these getting ready because these heavy beams, these is a double rafter one on each side of the 4x8s, but they will go up there to the top and run back that side and this side. I'm dropping my water. Excuse me. Oh, wrong pipe. This is my whole life. Wrong pipe. With trying to drink water. And now I got water all over my phone, but don't worry, I'm still alive. Yeah, so but these will come out as far as the edge here, and then they go to halfway to here, and not exact, but it will be, don't worry. And then again, sorry, it's still choking, over to this side. So we've got a super strong double rafter that's going to be along the top, and I felt like I didn't need the, you know, the treated wood. The treated wood is more for, it needs to be able to come in contact with the ground or weather, water, you know, specifically bugs, to keep those bugs out, you know, of like trying to eat it. So since it's going to be outside, it's best to have that. Yeah, so the same with up there. I mean, it's going to be, you know, let's see, like little cracks. Maybe it's just because of the lighting. But it's going to be covered, you know. That's going to be covered wood, so it doesn't have the same need as the ones exposed out to the outside. I'm gonna see, success. Taking a water break. Whew. Not as hot today, but whoa, just thirsty. And my fridge is on the fritz again and doesn't work. So there you have it. It's touch and go with it. I don't understand it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe it's, you know, because my battery's too low. Sometimes it's, you know, because I'm either low on propane or whatever. So that's the ooh, sunshine. Okay. Yeah. So that's what those are. Those are just getting ready to go up, and I can get them up by myself because, you know, they are smaller pieces that together form a larger structure. The idea, of course, originally was I got the wood because they were going to be 16 feet up, which is plenty far away from the ground. But and then, of course, covered with the overhang of the roof, and so they wouldn't get rained on. Except now they're going to be lower and but still covered with a roof. It just won't be the same as the. I'll walk over here. It just won't be the same as that roof. It'll just start more down here and go out. Yeah, so but I think it's lower on the list. Mostly I need to get the deck here done and stuff, and then I've got all the things sticking up that I can attach. So all right, well, here you have it. It's beautiful to me. I still don't like, I mean, you know, the original stone pier and my pier, it's, you know, amateur pier, but very strong. That's the important thing. Then I've got this, which is, you know, technically just as strong. I don't know about technically, but yeah, it's that's the way you would build it, like in any residential deck pier. But for me, I mean, it's okay, but it's no stone pier, you know. So it bothers me when I see it, and I think I may have to sooner than later replace it with one of these. But for now, it's sturdy and doing marvelous, so I'll leave it. Yeah, so oh, and I've gone up and down these and secured all of these with lots of I hear squirrels squeaking or something. Yeah, so anyway, very excited, very happy about it, and I feel like I've just come, you know, very far, light years from where it was when I first grabbed the pieces and just leaned them up against the deck. So yeah, very excited. Get these things. These things are freaking heavy. I mean, they were heavy when they were 16 feet, but cutting them in half, they're only 8 feet, and they're still heavy as hell. But I like that. It's better, you know. That oh, sorry, Pickles. We're gonna go upstairs and look down on my creation. and get a good bird's eye view of what is going on here. Can I climb it with my water in my hand? Because it's one thing to have a little bit of visual, or for me it's in my head, but to actually see it, you know, it's going to be very helpful for anybody watching. The layout, the placement, the heights of what's happening, so that it's not just a confusion, and then all of a sudden it's done, you know, and then say, oh, that was what you were doing. Yeah, I don't want that. I mean, I want, you know, to show and walk through the steps, you know, and so, you know, friends and family and whoever else watches it, all 10 of my people can see it, and it's exciting to me. It's a little creative project. That's, you know, that's what it is. The decking, I've decided to go with treated wood, because then I don't have to keep, you know, putting stuff on it and stuff. But I got the half. I'm going to do this half first. It's more important that you have this half, so that I have the return of the deck that was there, just the small original deck, because then I can walk back and forth. Poor Pickles is not able to do that, and so anytime I go anywhere, he runs around the other side, and then he runs back around this side to the door, and then he runs back around to this side over here. It's yeah, it's probably just doggy torture. So yeah, man, it looks good from up here. Jeez, I'm excited. I'm super excited. Also, I was at Ace Hardware looking for a thing. I don't normally go there, but they had what I needed, so I went there and I got it. And while I was there, I saw this huge old big wood structure that was covering. They had stuff back there, storage and stuff, but it was made out of really old stuff, but it was kind of like this. And so I was taking pictures of it so I could mimic, I was like, oh, so that's how they do it. Oh, so they put a little attached a little, like, couple 2x4s or whatever, bolt, glued it, nailing it, whatever, to this thing. And then it was like a shelf for these things. And so I lift it up, bonk, put it on that shelf, and then bolt it, glue it, screw it in, nail it, all that. So I was like, oh, that's brilliant. That's totally makes my job easier. Because what I don't want is to bring home a big old 24-foot beam that's a mega beam that just sits on top of all those, and then I try to attach with T's and stuff. I don't want to do that. I mean, I would rather do it with these things, but understanding how people do it is important for me. It's important to know what's going on. And I although I have a love for architecture, I've never built something like this. So I'd like to look at how other people do it, and mimic, here's these. Oh, look at these. I'm so proud of these. I'm so happy about them. Sorry, my hair's a little wonky. It's been under a hat all day, and bandana, sweaty. There. It's not bad. Let's get those off. Bonk. All right. So these things here, boom, boom. I've got the wood. I'm excited. It's basically the same as. It's gonna be the same as these. There's a nail. Hit in. I do not like nails sticking out. I want them flush or sunk. Yeah. Niedobre. Alright, so, and then there's also like this, where I've tried my best to get everything lined up, and they're just slightly off. I will be using my planer and buzz plane it just slightly so that it's not coming down. These little things, and no good. Don't like. Does not like. Send back. Yeah, so these bother me. But all in the process of creating these things. They are beast to do. And when I'm nailing these things are flopping around and getting all like off kilter and stuff, and then I'm still hammering, and then they're locked in and they're off. That's why I was like using all my clamps and just clamp, trying to just clamp the heck out of it and just get them on tight. So I'm debating. This is like a completely different video from the deck, so maybe I should just start it over. Maybe I can just chop it with the magic of video editing. Anyway, I'm debating how far to get it. How far to get this done before lifting this up to get that ramp. I want to keep building it as far as I can before doing that, because building it on an angle is just going to be harder, so but the more I build it, the heavier it's going to be, and the heavier it's going to be to try to lift that I mean, I can use the tractor, I can use my farm jack, which is a pretty tall farm jack, but I would still have to use some beams and stuff to get the whole thing lift at once. It's going to be a challenge. So I'm kind of like, maybe sooner than later, you know. There goes those cows. I don't know if they're in heat. I don't know if they get in heat, but they sure sound like it. Where's the bowl? Come to me. Me. And then there's Pickles there. Oh, I can show you these little things. These down there are my, those are the ends up here. Bonk, bonk, bonk. This is going to be a good like 9 on each side, and then there's going to be the corner maneuverings. Yeah, so I got just a few extra just to make sure I have enough. And also the fascia board. Let's get that safely there. I need to have the board that goes in front of all these surfaces all the way down. Boom, 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 boom. And then the same along that one. Boom, 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 boom. And then around this side. Boom, 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 boom. It's the same size as these, so it should be the same height, everything. Then on top of that, I'll have further roofing materials. I'm going through some ideas of how to do it, what needs to be done. Because there's like the whole thing with cold roofs, there's hot or warm roof, of how they're structured and where the insulation is, and yeah. So, and I want these beams visible down in here. You know, like when you're in here sleeping, looking up. I want to see these things. I don't want some stupid sheetrock covering all the cool stuff. So yeah, I want to have them showing their woody faces. So then that means that the plywood is going to have to be on top of it and build up from there. I'm not limited to the height of the thickness of the roof, so should be fine, you know. I just want to make sure that I'm making it good so that it doesn't, you know, rain inside. Yeah, I'm in a place that doesn't rain a lot, so it's okay. But lately, because it's been monsoon season, it's given me a new perspective on just what is possible with the crazy weather during that time. So I'm also, I know sometimes it snows during the winter, and therefore there needs to be considerations for that. But usually the snow lasts a few days and melts. It's because it's, you know, it's warmer here, so the sun shines even in the winter. Yeah, so it's not like I'm going to have like a heavy load on the roof. It's just water that falls on it and needs to shed to the drains and capture it for use. And then also, but to get the water off, you know, it can't stay up there. Get the water off when it does fall, and also snow, and it'll melt and it'll run off and not stay there. So, but we don't get like 10 feet of snow here. So I don't have to worry about that. That would be a whole other, yeah, factor to consider. Um, but, you know, who knows? I mean, weather's a changing all the time. So, uh, yeah. So, but this should be good. Um, I want to do boards going crossways. Flip this around. I want to do boards going crossways that way, and then on top of that, well, an insulation, and then again going back this way. That's so that the air can flow this way and that way, and cool it off and get dry and not condense and get wet up there and moldy. So yeah, so airflow is good for this. So yeah, I guess one of the other things that I'm debating is little things like not that, come on, show me this. The nails that come through, you know, it's not everywhere, but they are here and there, and if you run your hand on it and you're not expecting it, it's pretty sharp. So I was thinking maybe I'll just use my angle grinder and just take the tips off of all those, and yeah, because I can't smack it with a hammer, it'll knock it back out. It could just flatten it, I don't know, who knows. Anyway, I'm gonna, you know, I was thinking about getting rid of those, but that's down the pipeline. That's not today, you know. Yeah, once I get the floor down there started and enough that I can walk back and forth and stuff, I'm gonna start doing these other the end rafters joists, roof joists, the end roof joist rafters. Starting here, overhang. So yeah, cantilevered. But yeah, so that's yeah, I'm excited. So I think I'll leave it there. Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. Roof stuff.